Hi, this is Sahar Shunier, photojournalist and founding spokesperson of Stop Nonconsensual Experiments on All World Citizens. Today is November 16th, 2018. I will be here in Albany through Friday, November 23rd, 2018, in hope of getting some legitimate government intervention by someone in New York State government to stop the organized predatory activities against me and others similarly situated. A reason I'm actually very hopeful that they might do that is because in New York, our governor, Cuomo, was the first to sign into effect the Enough is Enough initiative, specifically for the sake of combating what is finally being recognized as an epidemic of sexual assaults on college campuses. And this is an effort in conjunction with the State University of New York in particular. So I'm hoping that between somebody at a nearby State University of New York campus and or the nearby governor's office or somebody they could refer me to will start working with me, because from my experience, which is now extensive and publicly documented, experience, research, and investigation, a major contributing factor to the now epidemic of sexual assaults in semi-cloistered environments to cloistered environments that include academic campuses, unfortunately even younger than college campuses, military bases, cult compounds in particular, and other households of other participating members of this organized predatory network, is that their favorite tactic, it seems, for inflicting the trauma that it takes to get what they call a tabula rasa, that literally translates to an erased slate, to prime their targets for brainwashing and programming, to facilitate their human enslavement and trafficking efforts, activities. So their favorite tactic is sexual assault. So that allows people to will, causes people to will their minds to separate from their bodies, to will themselves away, but they can't physically get away. So their mind basically goes somewhere else. And it also allows for the amnesia barriers to be created so that things can be done, such as surreptitious training of assassins, careers, what have you, people that might not even realize basically what have been referred to as Manchurian candidates, that they're being used that way. There's actually quite a history of this type of activity, including at Jonestown, where my great-grandfather appears to have been involved in the arrangements. He was the Minister of Health and Housing for Guyana. And sadly, and I actually was suspicious of something related since I was a lot younger. I didn't know about the long, international history and things like that, but I saw some things that were going on, and I heard some things that were going on, and it seems to have resulted in the untimely death of my beautiful great aunt Jean, his daughter. And it resulted in the very near assassination of now U.S. Congresswoman Jackie Speier, that beautiful lady from California, when she was an aide to U.S. Congressman at the time, Leo Ryan, and they went to investigate Americans' concerns for their loved ones at Jonestown with journalists. Apparently, several of the brainwashed and programmed and trained assassins from Jonestown were dispatched to basically murder all these people. Hundreds ended up being murdered so that there would be no witnesses. And I think that it was these darned organized predators that have infiltrated certain black budget programs. They've infiltrated the organizations that can utilize the black budget resources, so primarily military and intelligence, and they're utilizing black budget resources, including human resources, to basically gain as much puppeting power worldwide as they can. And at one point, there was, in fact, a contract on my life. It was by someone who was called, by the organized predators, Dr. Five. I do not yet know, I don't know if I'll ever know who Dr. Five exactly was. I do know more, and I've documented publicly more than 5 doctors in their network. But I guess they were being careful in case they were being overheard and recorded. So it turns out I was overhearing and recording and uploading. So I just don't know which doctor it was. But apparently the contract has been canceled. I know the doctors that I was most suspicious of having been the doctor to order that contract, so having been Dr. Five, are no longer alive. So that's probably related to what appears to be the contract being canceled. And but you know, these activities have been very violently against me since I was 18 years old, and I'm now 47 years old. So it's been to, you know, a life-threatening level at many times. Starting then at 18, when they assigned one of their government-protected serial rapists to rape selected female scholars that included me in my first year of college at 18, and I'm very concerned. I'm already had to give up on the idea that I might be able to settle down in time to have 2 children, so that at least they could keep each other's company to play with and stuff. And might not even possibly be able to have 1 healthy child at this point. I'm in my very, end of my time that I might be able to do that. And so I feel like it's a murdering of that potential personal life also. It's not just a feeling, I mean, it's a fact. And so I have had to dedicate over 11 years to get extensive evidence for people to no longer be able to reasonably ignore my concerns. So now they're not reasonably ignoring them, but they're just unreasonably ignoring them. So I'm hoping that someone here in Albany will finally provide some much needed legitimate government intervention so that I can finally start having some real quality of life. Unfortunately, just as recently as this morning, I uploaded video that I'm still experiencing organized stalking. It's very clear. I'm definitely not a paranoid person. I know these people have tried to accuse me of that. Actually, not very recently, but they started out trying to accuse me of that. Now they've taken to more covert attempts to harass me. Because I do my homework, and I graduated from NYU as a merit scholar with top honors and with many awards for my volunteer community service and so forth. I've always worked hard. I have no criminal background. I should be allowed to have a real life. I should be allowed to settle into an apartment without these people being able to endanger my life, have the water heater explode and come crashing down through the ceiling into the bathtub when I'm just stepping out of the bathtub, and all these kinds of things that have been done to terrorize me out of being able to stay settled into long-term housing, all trying to make me as easy prey as possible so I'd be left with no choice but to do whatever they want. So please, somebody who is a legitimate government representative, finally step up and help put a stop to this. Thank you, and God bless you.